Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and another vlog. I'm just hand grazing Freddie. Don't worry, not for any reason, he just wanted some grass, and as it's so lovely, although it is freezing, I thought I'd be nice and let him have some. So this week's vlog is just going to be a little bit of an update on him, and I thought I'd show you where we're at with our rehab plan. So he's still been such a good boy. He's been really well behaved. He's cracking on with his exercises like a pro. I think he's actually enjoying doing a little bit because he was definitely starting to get a bit bored. So at the moment we are doing a lot of pole work, both long reining and in hand, raised poles and flat poles. Everything's in walk still, obviously because of his leg, but yeah, just getting him to use that core and lift himself. So that's sort of 3 days a week. 1 day a week I'm doing some in-hand lateral work. Every time he does pole work, he does a little bit of lateral work just to get him moving and lifting through that core. He does quite a lot of sort of backing up exercises, big turn on the forehands. Obviously I can't stress the leg too much, but the back needs to work, so we're compromising with our own moves. And then twice a week he's hacking out with Mooey. Obviously I ride her and lead him. We've got so many hills around here, like, yeah, you can see it's not flat anywhere really here. It's really interesting because he definitely finds that quite hard. You can tell because on the flat he bimbles along nicely stretching, and when we're going up the bigger hills he tries to bite Macy which is naughty, but I'm guessing that's because, not that it hurts, but that it's hard work. But hey, it's all good for him. So what I've done, I've taken a few videos of us out hacking, and then later today I'm going to do a long reining session over quite a few poles, more than we've done so far. We are in the 4th week, might even be the 5th week of this rehab, so I have built it up fairly slowly, but yeah, we're cracking on. It's going quite well. So we're going to long rein over a sort of course of a combination of raised and flat poles today, and then I'll try and get some more footage through the week of what we get up to. So what I'm going to do is get Mr.Freddles in his stable, go and pick up our winter supply of bedding because it's got to that time again, and then I'll set those poles out and go and get some video. See you very soon. Alrighty guys, sorry for this terrible video, I'm doing it really cat-handed. So the bedding is all done, the field is all sorted, got a nice new patch of grass for tonight, haven't you mate? And as you can see, I'm just heading down to the arena to long rein Fred. I have got the rope as well because I'm not sure how well I'm going to be able to steer on the long lines, because I think Charlie and Trevor are coming in riding with us. So yeah, we're not that good at long reining yet, but we shall see how it goes, and I'll show you the setup when we get there. Alrighty, so we are in the arena, obviously. So up the top we've got a little bit of a fan spaced out quite wide. The idea behind this is that Fred can bend a little bit through the curve. He should drop his head and look where his toes are going. They're plastic poles, so he doesn't really respect these as much as the others, but these were the furthest ones away, so I decided to use them anyway. Got an audience today. We've got a couple of little tramline poles to help him back up, some raised poles across the diagonal and down the straight. So one of those is 5 sets of raised poles, again help him drop his head and lift that core up. And then this one we've got some angled poles coming in, really just make sure he looks where he's going, picks those toes up and figures out the way through by himself. A couple of raised poles in the middle and the same the other way. We've got a set of walk poles over there. Hello Charlie. Just to warm him up, get him lifting that core, looking where he's going. And yeah, the idea is that I'll be able to either long rein or lead him around this, not sure yet. We'll give long reining a go, but he's not wearing a roller at the moment because of his back, so the rope does tend to go a little bit everywhere. But yeah, just giving you a view of all of the poles as they are. So obviously we have to move the front feet because of his leg, but we can cross over and you can actually see his core activating, which is cool. That never used to happen. Good boy. Nice little lick and chew at the end. Good boy. Well done. Ready up way? Okay. Uh-oh, here he comes. So this was the way that he literally couldn't cross his back legs. Good. 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 Hi guys, so I thought I would do a bit of a voiceover while you watch our long reining session. Just going back to the previous clip, so when I say our version of turn on the forehand, that's what I've been doing. So I allow him to stay on a small circle with his front legs because the last thing I want him to do is twist. Where he's got that suspensory injury, I mean, we're very, very close to the end, so I do not want to risk hurting that. But at the same time, it seems to still have the same effect. He's moving the inside hind leg under and across his body and in turn lifting the core and dropping his head. I'm trying really, really hard not to touch the rope and like in turn pull him around the circle because I want it all to come from the back end. So I'm getting better at that, and in turn he is. When we started, he couldn't even get his right hind underneath him very well. So there's been loads of progress. So I'm very happy with that. Okay, so as you can see, we are just kind of wandering around using the flat poles as part of the warm-up. Previously, I'd walked a few laps, sort of 10-15 minutes, just getting those joints moving, and then done some of the lateral work that you've seen. You may notice that he is in a head collar. That's for several reasons. One, he just prefers it. He's not overly keen on a bit, and while I can keep my hands really stable and ride him quietly, that is not something I can do with the long lines. So he's so well behaved, bless him, that it's more than safe to do it in the head collar. Obviously we don't have a roller, which means the ropes sometimes get very close to his feet, and the last thing I would want him to do would be to stand on it while he had a bit in his mouth. That the thought of that just scares the life out of me. the head collar is actually a safety one as well, so if he did stamp on the rope and pull back, it would actually break, which, although not ideal, obviously I'd rather that than him hurting himself. And the other reason is, oh, little Thory, he's such a good boy, came and joined in our session. There's Trev in the background. The other reason for using the head collar and not the bit is you can see that I'm having to use the rope almost like a leg aid to steer him, so I just flick his side and he knows to move away from that slight pressure, which actually came in really handy, and I didn't really have any trouble steering him, which was my main concern. Obviously I don't want to just pull him around all of the turns, but working out that I could use that lunge line to kind of flick where my leg would be and he reacts to that gentle pressure is brilliant. So you'll see as I'm walking along, every now and again I just kind of bop him on the belly and he moves away and turns or straightens up, depends what I want him to do. Okay, so once we've warmed up over those flat poles, I started to bring in the raised poles. Now what I love about him is, you'll see here, he really drops his head and lifts his core up, and that's exactly what I want him to do. So he really looks where he's going, his head comes down, his knees come up, his hocks really bend, and he uses himself really nicely through there. I mean, you could say the same about me. That's so embarrassing. So Helena got some really cool videos. This is a nice view of watching from kind of what I see. Obviously I'm right behind him, so I can see when he's straight and I can bend him. There we go, moving him over the track. You'll see we have a little bit of a wobble here, but it's quite handy to see how that touching him with the rope just brings him back to where I want him. There we go. Only have to be very light pressure. It looks like a lot more because I'm having to flap my arms around, but that's mostly because the rope's dropped so low without the roller. But yeah, I'm so happy with how he's going. He looks nice and loose. He's soft. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. So long may that continue. Oh, bit of a dodgy turn there. Good boy. I think we might be coming on to the last video. So at the end, I just popped together a bit of a course, kept him moving. He probably goes over each exercise between 6 to 10 times. Obviously, it is very hard work. I wouldn't have done this in the first couple of weeks. This is the first time that he's done so much in one session. It was probably about 25, 30 minutes in total. He does get a lot of walk breaks. Not as many as his mates that are just standing there having a chat. But you can tell when he starts to get tired, he'll start to touch the poles, and that's when I know that we've definitely done enough. But yeah, he just seems so much happier. He's nice and calm. Good boy. He really wanted to stop and chat with his mates here. He was like, guys, help. That's it. Nice and straight. Really looking where he's going. Probably trying to work out a way to get out of doing this. Hopefully this builds up my core too. It's definitely going to build my legs up a bit. So right at the end we popped in a little bit of a tricky line, keeping him bending around all of the turns, and he just did it. I remember joking to Helena saying, I'm going to try and come over these last ones. Don't know if I'll make the turn, but actually easy peasy. Here he goes. Good boy. That was his last time over the poles. And then I thought I'd attempt a little bit of rein back. It's not the best. It's kind of still dragging those hind legs, but he is learning. And actually having the ropes guide him each side really seemed to help keep him a little bit straighter than normal. He's not very good at going back straight yet, but that is definitely a work in progress. And what's nice is he knows the word back, so I'm not even having to pull the rope. I'm just keeping him straight by moving side to side. That's definitely going to be on my list to practice because it's quite poor. But bless him, no, he was an absolute angel. As you can see by my ridiculous grin, I was very, very happy with that session. So yeah, what a good pony. Sorry guys, in true Danielle form, I didn't film an outro. I was planning on filming more, but the weather looks awful this week. I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to film, so I thought I would close out the vlog with a video of Mr. Freddles having a nice roll in the sunshine after his session. Hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to ask any questions, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and see you soon for more fun with Sir Freddles and Macy. Bye!